The Prague Sun is an episode of the British mystery show Lovejoy that was tailor made for 70s horror fans because not only does it star Donald Pleasence as the main antagonist, it stars Peter Vaughan, who I know best from a Jose Ramon Larraz movie called Symptoms, which is an old dark house shocker from, I believe, 1974 that actually played at Cannes as the British selection, even though Larraz was Spanish, and it's incredibly acted by Vaughn and by Pleasance's daughter, Angela. A very creepy movie. So they play antagonists in the Prague Sun, but actually Vaughn and Pleasance were very good friends in real life. I love watching Lovejoy on Sundays because I've said many times I'm lonely on Sundays, and Lovejoy is a hangout show. It stars Ian McShane as Lovejoy. He's an antique dealer who doesn't play by the rules, and he has a business partner, Lady Jane Felsham, and his pupil is a guy named Eric, and then his sidekick is a guy named Tinker. And in this particular episode, Lovejoy and Lady Jane have always had a kind of will they, won't they love interest for several seasons. This is a Christmas episode, so it's an hour and a half long. Why am I still watching Christmas episodes of TV? It's January 25th. Well, I keep a Christmas tree, a fiber optic one, in my bedroom all the time. But as I was going around the historic district of my hometown today, taking my regular walk, I noticed a lot of Christmas decorations still up. So I think everyone's kind of hanging on to that hope and peace that the Christmas season brings us. So it's a perfect time to still watch this show. As I said, Lady Jane, she's gotten tired of Lovejoy's bullshit. She's going skiing in, I can't remember what country, but it's in Central Europe. That becomes important to the plot. She's going skiing with her sister and another love interest. She's leaving Lovejoy behind. She gives him a big present, and it's a Santa suit. And she wants him to do the Santa and the Christmas giveaway at the local hospital for the little children, and also he has to wrap a huge pile of presents, but he always finds a reason to get out of whatever he's supposed to be doing, and in this case, it's Peter Vaughan who shows up back in England. He has been out of the country since World War II, where he fought on the side of the English and had a fiance who is a friend of Lovejoy and Tinker, and he shows up back in her life. And then he goes looking around in a church late at night and gets hit on the head, ends up in ICU. His daughter comes over from the Czech Republic, and as she's very attractive, Lovejoy and Eric take it upon themselves to solve the mystery of what Vaughn's character Merrick was looking for. This leads them all the way to Prague, and they did shoot this on location. And as Lovejoy says, Prague is the intersection of what I believe he said, the Gothic and the Baroque. Now, I don't travel for various reasons, but if I did, I would love to go to Prague. And I love that they shot this on location. And the very first thing that Lovejoy and Eric do when they show up in Prague is to go on a guided tour. And the tour guide talks about how in the Czech Republic, a weapon that's often used against people is defenestration, which you'll know if you enjoy looking on the internet, means pushing someone out of a window. And this is basically Chekhov's window because she brings up defenestration. And then at the end of the episode, when there's a big fight, someone goes out the window. But don't worry, they fall through a stall and kind of just look dazed at the bottom. This show is a comedy. Every scene, not just this episode, every episode, every scene seems to end with a punchline where one of the characters gets the better of another one. I did mention that Donald Pleasence is the bad guy. He's from some kind of secret police when the Czech Republic was Czechoslovakia and was going around trying to get all the precious artifacts that made their country great. And Peter Vaughan, I think, was hiding one of the artifacts known as the Prague Sun in England. And Lovejoy and Lady Jane end up having to do battle with Donald Pleasence's character. It's a very good episode. I recommend. You can find Lovejoy on PBS. And so if you are subscribing to your local station, then you have the passport and you can watch all of Lovejoy, which went for 5 or 6 seasons in the 80s and 90s, particularly in the 90s. And I love 90s TV. I can't recommend this high enough. It's about a group of friends. It's a hangout show. They're always getting into little scrapes and drinking and eating and traveling around and meeting new people. And I watch it on Sundays because I'm lonely on Sundays and because my husband works on Sundays and he hates this show. Of all the British shows that he hates, I think he hates this one the second most. He doesn't share my love of the cozy mystery, but I think that's funny. And I don't know what else to say except that if you're not familiar with Symptoms and Peter Vaughan and Angela Pleasance's performance in this great Jose Ramon Larraz film, if you are into underrated horror, old dark houses, psychological horror, you've got to check it out. And be sure to like my page and subscribe, or my husband will judge your choice of TV viewing. Have a good night.